So this is the most basic one, guard break and pass. Control the wrists, posture, wide base, live toes. Go. Knee slice over. We're going to talk about it step by step just for the sake of the camera. She's controlling with her legs, she's controlling the wrists. He can't easily move his hands, that's why the elbows come into play. First thing he does, make sure he has posture so she can't armbar him and triangle choke him. Second thing he's going to do is he's going to move and get knee in the butt. Create space. Second, after that, he's going to use that elbow and press down into that little pressure point, which is uncomfortable, and then he's going to knee slice over and make top position. Questions on any of these guard break and pass moves? All right. Good, good, good. Everybody grab a partner. New partner. Critical fail number one we already talked about. We're going to hit it again. You still got to have base, live toes, and posture. He still has wrist control. That sort of thing is where we start. Assuming that all that's good. He can either feel which leg is on top or bottom, or he can take a peek. It's fine. Now, he goes to make his first move. Knees in the butt. All right? And he still has good balance and posture. If he leans too far to one side, he just gets rolled. Does that make sense? So he wants to be favoring the open side. Now, this space he created might have broken his grip. And it'll be even easier to make this work. Now he goes and he is going to make this big swim, but instead, let's say that he decides to just shove his hand in that hole right there. So Caleb pulls away, shoves his hand in the hole, and then Spencer locks him up and goes for the Kimura. So again, let's not do that. That's, generally speaking, going to be a critical fail. That's step one. Step number two, he gets ready, goes to make a big swim, and when he hooks it, he slides down to the knee. He gets that. All right, now, what do you think Spencer's going to do? Triangle choke. Where should the ankle be in relationship to the hand? I just gave it away. The ankle should be where the scoop is. All right, so watch. He goes back, he scoops. Now he wants to keep that near his ear, the ankle near the ear. If he slides down, he's going to get triangle choke. So again, he keeps this here. Now watch. If he slings, this is critical fail number three. If he slings it over, then he puts his knee in front and goes back to the guard, and you got to fight the knee. So he presses the leg all the way to the ground. Again, knee in the butt. Big swim. Now watch. Press to his ear. Make him uncomfortable. That's the way. Okay? The more uncomfortable you make them, the more likely it is that they're going to get this move off because they're going to want to get out of that discomfort, out of that pain. All right. Questions on big swim? Raise your hand if you knew this one. All right. I assume if you don't have your hand up that this is new to you. We're going to do this one. Get with your partner. Get ready. Kind of heavy. We don't have that physical strength to move it with the shoulder. This is a shoulder activity, right? This is basically the deltoid, right? We're doing kind of this kind of a lift. You're going to have to use your legs a little bit, okay? So, can I break Brent?
Sir.
So, you guys will notice that if I get into this position, right, and if I assume that I'm on the right side, and I go to make this hook, right, and I get this unlocked to here, but I can't move it. He's pushing against me, right? And I can't lift it. This is the leg that's doing the work. Watch. You guys see how I use my legs? So watch. He resists me, right? I'm sorry, I should be in this position. No legs, right? I do this. He is not resisting my legs. Now notice, I want him uncomfortable. Then that leg will fall nicely. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
All right. Questions on big swim? Questions? Why would we use big swim instead of guard break and pass?
Can't break the guard.
Can't break the guard. Doesn't that make sense? So, Alex, grab Caleb real quick. Caleb is steadily trying to break Alex's guard, and Alex is frustrating him. He gets knee in the butt. Alex gets the knee off of his butt. See how he hops over? He gets knee in the butt. He tries to press down the leg, and he starts pulling on the arm, right? And it's frustrating. He can't get the position to really execute properly. He's got to do a wrist escape to get one hand free. Or you just free the wrong hand based on whichever leg is up. All right? So he gets a hand free. Now he puts the knee in the butt. All right, at this point, Alex can pull on this hand if he wants to, right? But he's broken guard on that hand. He could be susceptible to armbar, but he's gonna go back there, he's gonna make big swim. Now watch, if he's got the ankle, it's gonna be hard for Alex to get into armbar position with this arm. How does he get the armbar position? He has to tee up and get around, right? But watch, go back. So Caleb is aggressively driving that knee towards his face. Now, it's hard for Alex to tee up at this point. Pops out, and that's gonna help you. So this is, I always say, let's do guard break and pass because it consumes the least amount of energy for me. I can sit there and work somebody and really irritate their legs. All right. Let's, come here, Caleb, I'm gonna have to punish you for a minute. Let's say, for example, that we're not in a jiu-jitsu environment, we're in a street environment, and somebody's gotten us in this position. And I've tried all I can to make this break, and he just frustrated me, right? Grab one. I start doing one of these, and I do a wrist escape, right? And ow, right? You guys see how sometimes Occam's razor says the most simple thing or the most likely thing will probably work. He didn't really want to hold me after I hit him. Like the second time he was still holding me. The third time he's like, screw this, there's no way. And I would have kept hitting him, right? And I just wore this leg out. Does that make sense?
Yes,
Sorry, buddy.
Give that a try.
You're one of the toughest guys doing my hat tricks on Big Tough. Okay, does that make sense for big swim? Number 3, grab your partner. Guard, please. Okay. So we get this one.
Sorry.
Oh, the elbow. See, the elbow works good on the leg and on the face. Just so you know.
You're right.
That's those purple belts.
Sorry, Jeremy. All right, go back. But let's say, for example, that again, Jeremy is really good at keeping him. He controls the wrists well. And let's say that Brent does manage to do a circle around his wrist to get your hand free. There you go, right, keep there. Now, and he grabs his lapel instead. Now, he goes to reach for that leg, he can't do it. So now Brent has to go back to posture, right? And he has to decide what he's gonna do. So again, there's ways to frustrate big swim. You get your hand free, you go for big swim, they grab the lapel, and they mess up your base. Does that make sense?
Sir?
All right, so now he's controlling this and he's controlling that. He goes back to the basic idea. Posture, base, live toes. He makes space, puts the knee in the butt. Now, do you see that hole that he's made right there between his groin and Jeremy's groin? That's just big enough for both hands to go into. I want you to put both hands on the ground flat like this, right underneath his butt. Now, Jeremy might be thinking, ooh, I got him now. He can grab his head, he can grab his clothes, whatever he wants to do. But all that Brent has to do with his hands flat is flare his elbows and kick his feet back. And now he can either escape or he can do boat ramps. All right, so he did the escape. Let's go ahead and do it again. This is called little swim, like you're diving into a pool, by the way. All right, he makes a space, he stuffs the hands in, he cams. This is a cam. Now he scoops. And he can take the back. Does that make sense?
Sure.
So again, could you go guard break and pass, little swim, and skip big swim? Of course. But I usually start with guard break and pass because it doesn't consume a lot of energy. All right, let's try little swim. Thank you, sir. Thank you, John. It's going to require you to stack. All right? So instead of him staying on his knees, he has to stack, and he has to stack properly. He starts with base, live toes, and posture. She's still going to try to control wrist. And if he tries to walk his way up, it gives her time to think and to move. So he's going to just pop up, just like that. Now, he still has to do that knee in the butt thing. Notice the knee in the butt thing is the trend, right? So he puts knee in the butt, right? She's already kind of broken it there. Scooch back up a little bit, Caitlin. Get your feet a little bit closer. Yeah. All right, now, it should be in her tailbone. And if you can't get it in their tailbone, it won't go down the crack of their butt, no problem. Put it in the small of their back. Put them in the small of their back. Now watch, he's going to push with the elbows just like guard break and pass and go to one knee, and that knee goes between their legs. Then he does knee slice. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
All right. Let's see. I don't want to torture Caleb again. Let's see. How about all right. Alex, you have to do the Caleb. I want somebody that's got pretty strong legs that can hold on in the stacked position, and then it's going to go to his back. Now, I'm not going to have Alex wrench Caleb's back, but you're going to see how this pressure works. So again, you're still doing can opener, but instead of getting your butt directly between his butt crack, it's going to be a little bit deeper past the butt crack, somewhere near his sacrum. All right, watch. He's going to pop up. Knee is going to be in his back this time, right? Because he's holding on super tight, right? I mean, he's up there. He's not going to let go. Now watch, when he starts to push on the legs, if he holds on tight here and goes to his knee, watch how this affects his lower back. Go to your knee, buddy. Go to your knee. See how his back arches like this? Is really painful on the lower back. So there's a reason to let go after you held on as long as you can, right? And it still kind of splits the legs nicely, and it creates some leverage. If you're good at physics, this is kind of how it works. Everybody's going to try can opener. Get ready. Like Caleb. You're going to injure them. Slow, steady pressure wins the day. Slow, steady pressure wins the day. All right. So the first thing Caleb does is posture, base posture, live toes. Kaylin is looking for an opportunity to maintain wrist control. Her arms are great pushing away with the triceps. So if Caleb moves his hands up the body, she's not going to be able to really easily stop him if he uses his legs and pushes like he's going to swim right up her body, okay? And then he's got to get the hands underneath the head in order to make this move go. Kind of watch how things go. So she's holding on tight. He goes to make his move. All right, once he cradles the neck, the elbows are on the chest, he pulls the head under his chin, uses his chin, right? And then he sits back on his knees and cradles her towards her head towards her knees. Now, she didn't let go. She tapped first. If you're in a Jiu Jitsu environment and they tap, you win. But most people won't tap because they're just going to take this. They don't want to tap. They'd rather lose the position. So he's going to do it again, and he's going to crank her until her legs pop. All right, now, she can move her butt out of the way a little bit or push away, and that relieves the pressure on her neck. You see why this works. All right. Now, Caleb has to still decide what he's going to do after it pops. He can just grab the knees and knee slice over. He can slide back into a leg lock. It's up to him what he decides he wants to do. All right? I want you to do it again. This time I want you to control the knees and do bullfighter. Okay. When you're ready, sir. Go. Control the knees. Put it to the side. Not bad. Any questions on the basic idea of the neck crank escape from the guard? All right. We got time. Go ahead and give it your friend. Let's go. Do this.